Hi, so in this video, I'm going to be discussing the sickness career, which is defined in our book as a series of interactions with others over time and in definable stages while we assume the sick role. So for the first question, when I got sick as a young child, I was babied more often. I would receive cool washcloths for my forehead, or I would get a heat pad for a stomach ache. But as I got older, past the age of 10 perhaps, I was more self sufficient. So no one hovered over me when I got sick. For the second question, typically when I wasn't feeling well, I was still required to go to school. And the only time I really remember staying at home was when I was really sick with the chicken pox, and that one time that I had spent the whole night awake because I was vomiting the entire time. And so, generally, if my symptoms were mild, and if I was still able to eat, then I would just go to school. So I wasn't allowed to stay at home for anything that was the case of the sniffles or a sneeze, for example. So, in response to the third question, I didn't receive any extra benefit from being sick. My family still treated me the same as usual. And so, because being sick meant I had to go to the doctor, I had to take medication, and I was generally feeling very miserable, I never really learned how to play sick to get out of obligations, because I just never got any special extra treatment or attention from being ill. Life just kind of went on as usual. And so being sick was rarely a reason for me to avoid any obligations or responsibilities. In response to the fourth question, I would say that my foundation for my sickness career is really minimizing my sick role. I keep my normal routine as much as possible, especially for more mild illnesses, and I don't typically tell people that I am sick. I really try and behave as normally as possible. For more serious illnesses, I might stay home for the day to avoid spreading my germs, but still, I try to avoid calling out of work or taking time off. I really just try to recover from being sick on the days that I don't have a whole lot of responsibilities or obligations. And so that's typically for my more serious illnesses. However, there are times when I do tell other people to stay away from me, or to not get too close to me so that they don't get sick. So in that sense, my interactions with other people will change. But in general, I really do try and minimize it. I try to not elicit a whole lot of sympathy or extra attention from other people for being sick, just because I just don't really enjoy extra attention anyway, and so to receive extra attention from being sick is not my cup of tea. In response to question 5, I would say that in my sickness career, the primary gain that I would receive is extra rest, just because if I choose to, I will spend the day in bed to recuperate. And so that's the time when I really get to just relax. I may also get the secondary gain of getting time off of work, just because I can call out of work for being sick. So that's the main secondary gain that I receive. And usually I like to be left alone when I am sick, so not a lot of other people are going to be involved, which means I think the tertiary gains in my sickness career are pretty limited, just because I really don't let other people know that I am ill, unless I really have to. So yeah, I think that's will be it, and that's my video response for the sickness curve questions.